welcome back to part 2 for our first test of the second quarter review. It's going to be the back of the sheet, number 9 through 13. So we'll start on the number 9, express the perimeter of the rectangle. Perimeter is the total outside edge. So the formula that we use basically is to add all the sides. Think of like a fence. That's the perimeter when you buy fencing. We want the total outside. So something special about a rectangle, though, that we don't have marked up is we don't have all the sides, but we know that two sides across from each other are congruent or equal in size. So if that side was 10y, so is this one. And if that side was 2y, well, so is this one. And now we have all the sides, so we're going to go ahead and add all of those up. 2y plus 10y plus 2y plus 10y. And that's all like terms, so we're just going to throw that right in our calculator. 10 plus 2 plus 10 plus 2, and that is going to get us 24y. And that's it. Right? Which expression below is an equivalent expression to the following? Right, so this one just has a lot of button pushing, and if you look at the original question and there's no variables in it or no letters, we can plug this stuff right into our calculator. Just don't forget how to put in a fraction or a mixed number, because that's when this could get a little weird for you. Remember using that ABC button in between every break. So I'll read to you what I'm pushing in my calculator so that this comes back to you a little bit. So negative 2 ABC3 minus 3 ABC4. And then I'm putting the parentheses so that I don't have to remember that it means to times. My calculator will do it for me. Parentheses 1 minus 1 ABC9, closing that parenthesis, and I'm just hitting enter on my calculator, and I'm getting that this is 1 1/3, negative 1 1/3. Okay. Now I'm noticing that none of those answer choices just simply say negative 1 1/3. So am I just going to give up? Absolutely not. I'm going to take the calculator on all of these and do the exact same thing. So I'm going to plug it into my calculator. Negative 1, ABC5, ABC12. Remember, that's just the button, the ABC button, to show a gap in the calculator. Parentheses 1, ABC1, ABC9. Close that parenthesis and hit enter. This one gets me negative 1 31/54. Is that the same? No. Next, negative 2 ABC3 minus 2 ABC3. That gets us negative 1 1/3. Ooh, that looks good, but I'm still going to check the others, of course. Negative 1 ABC5, ABC12, parentheses 8 ABC9. Hit enter. You get negative 1 7/27. Nope. And the last one, negative 2 ABC3 minus 3 ABC4 minus 1 ABC12, and you hit enter in there, and you get negative 1 1/2, and that is not exactly the same either. So the only one that works is option B. If you see something like this, which you probably will tomorrow, this is a state test question. It's a question that's going to keep showing up, something that might even be on our next common assessment. So try and get comfortable just using your calculator to evaluate the answer choices as well and seeing which one comes out to be the same. All right. A group of friends go out for lunch. If they bought 5 sandwiches and 6 bags of chips, which expression can be used to find the total cost of the S sandwiches and C chips? So if the cost of the sandwiches is represented by S and the C is representing the cost of the chips, then we're just going to take the numbers with them. 5 goes with S for sandwiches and add it to the cost of 6 and C for chips. And that matches up with option B. Be careful. We had some of you picking the first thing you saw that had a 5 and a 6 in it. Be careful with that. These letters are mixed up. Why would it make sense for 5 chips and 6 sandwiches? It doesn't, so just be careful to really look at the answer choices after you translate. Speaking of translate each verbal phrase into an algebraic expression. It's a fancy way of saying, hey, take this sentence and make it look like math or some type of an algebraic expression, an expression with numbers and letters. So 7 more than a number m. Remember, more than is one of our switch words. We have the words than and the words from are going to be switch words, which means we switch the order. The vocab for all of these and any type of question that we could be asking you for translating is on page 1 of this packet. So if you need a little refresher tonight, maybe pop your eyes there this evening. So 7 more than, 7 is just a number. I'm going to bring that up. More than we know means addition, but because of that than, it also means to switch the order. And a number m, so they're nice enough to give us the letter, so we do not need to write a let statement for this. They told us what to use, and we're going to switch the order, so instead of 7 plus m, we're putting m plus 7. 5 subtracted from, so 5, bring that up, subtracted from. From is also a switch word, so we're going to put minus sign, but also arrows to show that we're switching the order. Twice is not just times, but it's a specific type of times. It's 2 times and a number x. 2x is a package deal, and we're going to go ahead and switch the order with those two. 2x goes first, minus 5. The product of 8 and a number w, product is just multiplication. And of the two things that they're telling us what to multiply, so we've got 8 times w, or we could just take those, mush them together, because that means multiplication. That is the preferred way. The quotient of a number n and 4 increased by 15. Well, we're going to look at the word quotient, and quotient is the answer to a division problem, so it means division, and it's going to be division of two things. It's division of a number n and 4. So how do we show that? We show that n divided by 4. Increased by is addition, 15, and divided by 4 plus 15, or we could write this as a fraction. Some of us prefer that. I personally do. N over 4 plus 15 would be my preferred way to write it, but either one would be just fine if it's a part 2. Right, last but not least, which expression below is equivalent to 7 parentheses 9x minus 4? I'm going to take that 7 outside of the parentheses, and I'm going to distribute it. Exactly what my heart really wants to do when I see a number in front of parentheses. 7 times 9x, 63x, and 7 times negative 4 is negative 36. Just kidding, I just looked up for 2 seconds, negative 28. Sorry about that, guys. I almost messed up with that. So we are going to pick the answer choice. Nope. Negative 28. Perfect. This one wants to trick you because it wants you to put a plus sign in between. Just be careful with that. Choose wisely. All right. Happy studying.